All right, Jimmy, I got a project for you. A shoot box. All right, Jimmy. A lot of people ask me what I do when I come up with a new recipe. After I look in a book and I decide on a recipe, here's what I do. I make one round and then I try it out. Yeah, that's right, Jimmy. One round, try it out. All right, Jimmy, you know as well as I do that when you're going to go out into the field and you're just going to shoot one round and you get all your stuff loaded up, you get ready to head out just to shoot one round? I don't think so. Jimmy, as you can clearly see right here, that I don't have a shooting range in my house, but I tell you what I do have. I have me a shoot box. All right, Jimmy, first things first. You ever gonna be working around stuff making noise and stuff flying around? You're gonna want some PPE. There's the beginners right there. Now, if you so desire, there's a pair of gloves too. All right, Jimmy, there's the sizes of the lumber that we need to cut. Now, I'll let that soak in a little bit. You take a good look at those numbers. When you're all done and this thing's finished, you're gonna have a box that's 12 by 12 by 12. Okay, there you go. All right, Jimmy, now that you got your pieces cut, you can start your assembly process, and it's not too tough. You just got to stick with it. All right, Jimmy, get your pieces laid out. First thing I do is I assemble my sides. I'll put those legs up like that. Then I'll take the side here, and I'll lay her in place just like this, Jimmy. Get her all squared up. Then what I like to do, I like to clamp around there a little bit, then I'll screw that together. All right, Jimmy, now it's all clamped together. What I like to do, I like to take my screw gun and some screws like that, then I'll put some screws in there. Oh boy, I'm going backwards. Let me get that in there, about like that, Jimmy. Then I'll put some more in there, and I'll just put in however I may feel like I'll need to put in there. Sometimes I only put a couple. But you know, this could be heavy when it's done, so yeah, you might want some more than just a few. Right, Jimmy? Now you got them sides on. I like to use these gold diggers. They're a nice screw. You can put them in there, screw them two together. Come on now, don't give me no trouble. Just screw that screw in there. You can use one or two. It all depends on you, Jimmy. All right, Jimmy, once you get your sides done, next thing you got to do is you got to put the bottom in. You're going to lay that bottom in there just like that. Then you got to put the sides on. You're going to put that side in there just like that. Then you got to put the other side in. We're going to put the other side in just like that, Jimmy, right there. Then the next thing you got to do, don't you know, you got to screw her down. All right, Jimmy, now she's all clamped up there. I've got her clamped up tight. You don't really have to clamp it together. You can just kind of pull her together a little bit as you're screwing her down, but I like to clamp it because I like good tight seams. I don't need nothing leaking out. All right, Jimmy, I got her all together there. Sometimes there's some rough edges on there, and so I like to get busy. Clean all that stuff off there, Jimmy. That way you don't get slivers. Them slivers can sure be mean. All right, Jimmy, there you go. There's your finished product. Now all you got to do, put some sand in that, get her on in the house. Then you better tell your wife about what you're getting ready to do so she doesn't all freak out and panic, because you know how women are. They're always panicking. Jimmy, there you go. There's some sand in there now. Now it's not as full as I like it. I just didn't have quite enough sand, so I'll put some more sand in there, so I'll have about 10, 11 inches of sand in there, and it'll be pretty easy to pick up because of them spots right there. You can grab a hold of it with your hand right there, Jimmy. All right, Jimmy, now that you got your box all ready, what you want to do now, you want to put a piece of cardboard over the top of that, because if you don't, what'll happen is that sandal stuff will come flying on out of there. Probably put your eye out or something, so you don't want to make a mess in there. Your old lady will get all pissed off. All right, Jimmy, get ready for a big noise now. There you go, Jimmy. There you go. All right, Jimmy. Now the next thing I do is I take a good look. Look at that primer, see if it looks kind of funny. Take a good look at the case. Make sure that there isn't any damage to that. If it looks pretty good, next thing I'll do, I'll take a look at it under the microscope. All right, Jimmy. Now there's a microscope that I use, and it's a pretty good one. You can get a good view. What I do is I look at that case inside and out. I'd like to show you a video of it, but I ain't got the technology for that. All right, Jimmy. In conclusion, if you can't step off your porch and start firing rounds, then you need to get you a shoot box. There it is right there. And one more thing, Jimmy. If any damage or death happens because of your making a shoot box and shooting it off in the house, I am not responsible.